Hey friends, Jeff back from Bygone Classics with a follow-up video to the history behind this unbelievable 95 Mustang GT Survivor that we have available for sale. This video is going to focus on all the paperwork, so we're just going to dive right in. So one owner car, purchased new at Ed Witt's Venus Ford in beautiful Cudahy, Wisconsin, and we have the original vehicle purchase contract. Car was paid for in full. One thing worth noting here is that this was a dealer trade. I believe the family was searching specifically for this sapphire blue metallic, and so they pulled this car out of a dealership down in Berwyn, Illinois. And the only thing is, Mom didn't like having the trunk mounted CD player, and I don't know if she just didn't want to pay for it, but $375 was a lot of money 30 years ago. And so it was removed from the trunk, and they received a $375 credit for that. So I always love these little anomalies. Without the paperwork, people would just assume that it was broken or taken out at some other point, but no, since day one it was gone. Here's the receipt from Venus Ford documenting payment on the car. We have the original application for title and registration. We have the application here for the extended warranty. Here's the original window sticker. Now, we have photos of all of this too, so don't hesitate to reach out, but if you want to screenshot right now, feel free to do so. This is a big buck GT, almost $23,000. I seem to remember, I think you could get a somewhat well-optioned GT in 1995, still for under 20,000 for sure, probably 18. So this one's loaded up with options. It has leather interior, the preferred group number 2, which gives you all the some of the other benefits, the anti-lock brakes, AC, cruise control, the 4-way driver's seat, and then of course it has the automatic transmission, and then keyless entry, the tie-down net, the illuminated entry, front floor mats. It has a traction lock, rear axle, excuse me, I believe 327 gears in the car. The Mach 460 stereo, which absolutely freaking rocks. That thing sounds dynamite. And then the black leather interior, 17-inch wheels, and the aforementioned CD player that was deleted. Hey, I love Marty reports. I absolutely love the work that Kevin and his team does out there in Arizona. Again, it's just kind of neat to use it to see if it was a ordered car. In this case, it was for stock. Believe it or not, I found that pretty wild. A loaded car for stock. Let's take a look at some of the stats. Pretty rare car. For those of you that are saying, gosh, I don't remember seeing a lot of those sapphire blue Mustangs, you're absolutely right. There weren't a ton of them made. And here we've got one of 190 GTs in that color combo. Then I also enjoy doing the one of one breakdown, and looks like we got down to one of 6 here built like this one, and makes it a fairly hard to come by Mustang, considering there were 185,000 built. As we scan up toward the top here, we have all the receipts. Everything is in order by date. This not only helps us document miles and ensure that miles are correct, but it also shows how meticulously maintained this car was over the years. Oil was always changed. It went to the dealer for regular maintenance beyond oil changes as well. And it's just a great story to tell with all the paperwork. My apologies for pausing. I'm coughing quite a bit this morning. I've got the keyless entry. I found a few oil change decals in the car, so I thought we'd include those with the sale too. Got a couple insurance slips along with emissions and license renewal notices, some registration, the maintenance program tickets there from Venus Ford. You would, pull each one of those out to keep track of your maintenance. We have the paperwork through Ford for the extended warranty outlining what's covered and what's not. We have a few emissions reports. The car was expected to go through emissions every other year as noted in Wisconsin. Hey, folks from Wisconsin, remind me. I feel like, the first one here is from '02. I seem to remember that vehicles didn't have to go through emissions like their first X number of years when they were new. Remind me if whether or not the paperwork is missing, or if I'm remembering correctly that you didn't go through like the first 5 years and then you went through every other year by the time we were in the 90s. We have the delivery checklist here, which is always really cool. This is for the salesperson just to go through and make sure that everything is discussed about the vehicle before it's delivered. And then we have the Carfax report again, which coincides well with all the paperwork here. The Carfax does also document one bruise there back in 1998. I spoke to the son of the owners, and we had a nice conversation about that. And he said, yeah, to the best of his recollection, that was just like a parking lot mishap, where someone backed into the car. And they ended up spraying doing a blend in the passenger rear quarter and painting the rear bumper cover. So we do have receipts for that, that are included here as well. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the most untouched vehicles that I've ever sold from this era. Original plugs, wires, hoses, belt, tires. Even note the gray dill valve stem caps are still on the car. For those of you who remember, Ford ran those gray caps when vehicles were sold new, so I sure smiled when I saw those. If you take a look at the undercarriage photos, there are a ton of original markings and tags and decals in place underneath. It just is an absolute time capsule. If you have questions about this 95 Mustang GT Survivor, don't hesitate to reach out. I appreciate you being patient through these lengthy videos, but we're trying to be as thorough as possible here. Again, Jeff from Bygone Classics in gorgeous Mazomanie, Wisconsin, out here in the Driftless area. Take care.